Hey, Steelers Nation! Welcome back to the channel. Today, I have a big update on potential moves that could strengthen our lineup as we charge toward the postseason. But before we dive into this exclusive story, make sure to hit that like button to support the channel and our mission to keep you up to date with all things Steelers. Your support helps us grow and bring you the inside scoop on all the action. Alright, here we go. With the NFL trade deadline approaching on November 5th, the Pittsburgh Steelers are making moves behind the scenes to upgrade our receiving core. Reports say GM Omar Khan has been on the hunt, negotiating with several teams for a game-changing wide receiver. And now, there's a new player in the mix that could be the solution to our offensive needs, Tyler Lockett from the Seattle Seahawks. CBS Sports analyst Cody Benjamin recently proposed a trade idea that's got fans buzzing. The concept? The Steelers bring in Tyler Lockett, the talented WR from Seattle, a move that would reunite Russell Wilson with one of his favorite former targets. Lockett and Wilson shared the field from 2015 to 2021, developing chemistry that led to some spectacular plays. At 32 years old, Lockett may not be part of the Seahawks' long-term plans with young stars like DK Metcalf and Jackson Smith-Njigba on the roster, but he could add a crucial edge to Pittsburgh's offense. Imagine him alongside our own George Pickens. The deep threat potential alone is massive. First, let's take a look at his numbers. Lockett has consistently produced over 1,000-yard seasons and proven himself as a reliable target in key moments. This year, he's put up 393 receiving yards and a touchdown in 8 games, numbers that may not stand out on a stacked Seahawks team but would make him one of our top producers. And considering Seattle's crowded WR room and Metcalf's current injury, this trade may give the Seahawks more options while bolstering our offense here in Pittsburgh. Lockett's experience and versatility would be invaluable. He can play in the slot or out wide, and he brings that veteran savvy that could make all the difference in high-stakes situations. Plus, he's under contract through next year, so he's not just a rental player, he's someone we could count on beyond this season. If the Steelers were to make a move for Lockett, it would likely cost us a 5th-round pick, a reasonable price for his skill set and familiarity with Wilson. This isn't just about a boost for this season, though, it's about positioning ourselves for 2025 as well. However, we have to consider Seattle's willingness. They're still playoff contenders, so giving up Lockett could be a tough choice, even with younger WRs waiting in the wings. But if he's available, Pittsburgh could benefit in a big way. As we break down the need for a WR like Lockett, it's crucial to look at the context of our QB situation. The Steelers are currently sitting atop the AFC North with a 6-2 record, an impressive start that's got fans thinking big. Our offense has noticeably improved since Russell Wilson took over from Justin Fields. Fields held a strong 4-2 record, but since Wilson's debut as our starter, we've seen the offense elevate, and quickly. The game flow has improved, drives are lasting longer, and the passing game is sharper. Wide receivers like Van Jefferson have thrived with Wilson, whose experience in high-stakes scenarios has brought stability and energy to the offense. Zach Azzanni, our wide receivers coach, even commented on the improvements among the WRs. Although Azzanni insists the upgrade isn't solely due to Wilson, it's hard to ignore the veteran QB's impact. Since Week 7, with Wilson at QB, Jefferson has made significant strides. He went from 8 catches for 62 yards in 6 games to matching that yardage in just 1 game under Wilson's leadership. Calvin Austin III and George Pickens have also seen improved numbers, and the offense as a whole is looking more cohesive and effective. Another aspect of Wilson's influence has been the performance of our ground game, particularly Najee Harris. He's hit his stride with 3 straight games surpassing 100 rushing yards, and he credits part of this success to Wilson. With defenses now having to respect our passing attack more, they're stacking the box less, creating more space for Najee to work. Wilson's ability to play off the run is also giving our offense new options, keeping defenses guessing and forcing them to play more honestly against us. If we secure Lockett, this trade could solidify us as a top contender. With Wilson gaining momentum, Lockett would slot right into an offense that's only getting better. But, of course, it's not just about stats, it's about that spark he could bring. Lockett and Wilson together have a rapport that could translate instantly onto the field, especially in critical situations. And let's not forget what this means for our younger players. Pickens, Austin, and others could learn from a player with Lockett's experience, someone who's been a go-to WR in pressure-filled playoff scenarios. His skill set and game knowledge would be invaluable for mentoring our younger receivers as they step into larger roles. With all this potential upside, there are also some challenges. At 32, Lockett's age could factor into his long-term productivity. And there's also the question of Seattle's needs. Even if they're willing to negotiate, we might have to offer more than just a fifth-round pick, especially if other teams enter the bidding. Also, adding a new piece mid-season can be tricky, especially with a player who needs to learn the system and build rapport with teammates quickly. But in Lockett's case, his prior relationship with Wilson could help speed up that process. Back in the early offseason of 2024, the Steelers made a move that left some fans speechless. Our front office traded Diontae Johnson, one of our key playmakers, to the Carolina Panthers. In exchange, we brought in cornerback Diontae Johnson. At the time, this trade sparked a lot of debate. Sure, Jackson has been a strong addition to our secondary, a key area we wanted to improve. But Johnson's departure created a noticeable gap in our wide receiver depth, and many fans wondered if we could replace his consistent playmaking ability. Well, just when things seemed to settle down, Week 8 hit us with another twist. The Panthers, struggling with a disappointing record, decided to trade Johnson yet again, this time to our division rivals, the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, that's right, Johnson is now suiting up in purple and black, ready to go against us twice a season. After the news broke, Diontae Johnson spoke to the media for the first time as a Raven, and let's just say, he's not shying away from what it means to face his old team. When asked about playing against Pittsburgh, Johnson was direct but respectful. "I'm looking forward to that game, man," he said with a huge grin. "But right now, I'm focused on the present. Any game before that, I'm going to go out there, do my job, and keep showing up." Johnson also reflected on the intense rivalry between Pittsburgh and Baltimore. It's a rivalry he's been part of for years, and he knows exactly what's in store now that he's on the other side. "It's always been a battle," he shared. "Putting it all on the line, making plays, everyone hitting hard. It's a huge rivalry game. Now, being on this side, it's definitely different, but I'm excited." These comments have sparked plenty of chatter around the AFC North, and it's clear Johnson's looking to make an impact when the Ravens and Steelers go head-to-head. The Steelers' decision to trade Johnson wasn't a light one. Reports suggested that some inside the organization were growing frustrated with Johnson's off-field distractions. And while his talent is undeniable, remember, in his 5 years with us, Johnson recorded 391 receptions, 4,363 receiving yards, and 25 touchdowns in 77 games. Our front office made the call to move forward without him. In Johnson's place, we picked up Diontae Johnson to shore up our secondary, and he's proven to be a valuable addition, bringing stability and depth to our defense. But the decision to part ways with Johnson continues to be one of the boldest moves the Steelers have made in recent years. And now, we'll see how this choice plays out on the field, especially when we face Baltimore, with Johnson suiting up on the other sideline. This trade isn't just a transaction on paper. It's a storyline that's going to play out on the field, especially with Diontae Johnson and Diontae Johnson going up against each other in one of the most intense rivalries in football. When we meet the Ravens, Jackson will likely line up across from Johnson, the very player he was traded for. This brings a whole new level of anticipation and drama to an already fierce rivalry. Fans on both sides will be watching closely to see which player shows up stronger. Johnson will want to prove to Pittsburgh what we let go, and Jackson will be out there to prove that he's worth every bit of the trade. It's going to be strange, seeing Johnson in a Ravens jersey, but our defense is ready to hold its ground. The plot thickens even more when we look at some of our new acquisitions who are former Ravens themselves. Linebacker Patrick Queen, now with us on a 3-year, $41 million deal, has been vocal about looking forward to facing his former team. Alongside him, safety Deshaun Elliott brings extra motivation to this rivalry game. Both players are excited to bring that inside knowledge and added energy when facing their old team. Their experience with the Ravens could prove valuable in keeping Johnson and the rest of Baltimore's offense in check. Queen, especially, has brought a fire to our defense this season, and he's got a chance to prove his loyalty to Pittsburgh with a standout performance against his former squad. These upcoming matchups between Pittsburgh and Baltimore are about more than just bragging rights. With both teams jockeying for control in the AFC North, these games could have major playoff implications. The AFC North is shaping up to be one of the most competitive divisions in the league, and every win or loss in a divisional matchup could mean the difference between hosting a playoff game and watching from home. This season, Baltimore has also made other big moves. They've added weapons around Lamar Jackson, including Derrick Henry and now Diontae Johnson, and they're aiming for nothing less than a division title. But with a loaded defense and some smart moves on our own end, the Steelers are ready for the challenge. Our defense, led by TJ Watt and Minkah Fitzpatrick, is as strong as ever, and with our recent offensive adjustments, we're looking prepared for whatever Baltimore brings. And let's not forget, Steelers Nation, that the black and gold always show up when it counts. Steelers Nation, what do you think? Should we go all in for Tyler Lockett and reunite him with Wilson in the black and gold? Is this the move that could take our offense to the next level as we eye a playoff run? Or are there other areas we should focus on improving? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more Steelers news, analysis, and game updates. We'll be here every step of the way as we head into a promising second half of the season. Thanks for watching, and here's to a successful run. Here we go, Steelers.